Peace, Ashe, Islam, Namaste, Arigato, Onichiwa, Rahubat, Assalamu alaikum, Walaikum salam, Namaste, Ubuntu, Grand Rising, Shalom, Salam, Aloha, Bonjour, Hola, whatever the greeting is in your respective language. I am your brother Crumb here for another installation of Crumb TV. You already know what it is, family. Subscribe on YouTube at Crumb TV. Follow me on Instagram, Crumb TV _, and definitely rock with me on Facebook. That's Crumb TV as well. But as of now, like right now, this is the occult origins of Christmas, part 2. Now, with that said, family, I want to say, please hit that like button. That's going to help you get notifications from Crumb TV. If you want to get notifications from Crumb TV, you're going to have to hit. You might have to hit that laugh button. You might have to hit the thumbs down button. Whatever, you got to hit a button, family. It don't matter which one you hit. Just hit a button so that you can get the updates as well. And definitely share this video, tag somebody, and put this in your playlist wherever you may be at, because we are on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously right now. With that said, family, this is the occult origins of Christmas, and I will be having a special guest on with me, someone who I haven't had on in a very long time, and I didn't think I was going to have him until 2020. But with that said, I want to introduce my good brother Tazz, who's going to go over this with us. Peace and love, brother. How are you?
Peace, Brother Crumb. How are you doing today? Peace and love to the family out there as well.
All is well, all is well, all is well. Now, brother, I wanted to talk to you about the occult origins of Christmas, and I thought it would be very fitting because we're right here on the cusp of the holiday. Where should we start at?
Well, when we look into the origins of Christmas, Brother Crumb, there's so many angles that you could really look into that you got to break it down literally. Like, that's why this is part 2. I already done part 1 before, which I've actually done in you could find it on Crumb TV in YouTube. So if you're interested in looking at part 1, is there as well. So the first aspect that I threw out there on the first one, it was more of the relationship with what happens here. So now I was thinking that we would probably be better informed if we knew about the spiritual aspect, or a completely another aspect that has nothing. Not that it doesn't have nothing, but that it requires a more expanded perception of an understanding of what's really going on behind the scenes. Now, pretty much what we're going to do is talk about what exactly is Christmas, and what are the astounding implications that go along with this so-called celebration. Now, if we look at the Romans, they celebrated this point of time in the yearly calendar with what was known as Saturnalia. So if we could get that pulled up, that'd be great. Saturnalia, it was an event that happened, which was an orgiastic festival in Rome that honors Saturn. Now, during this time of year, each December, were 12 days of excessive eating, drinking, and promiscuity, and as well as sexual orgies, and every kind of debauchery that can be imagined. Now, this is where the modern 12 days of Christmas has its links, with the number 12 being symbolic of the 12 months on the calendar, but more importantly, the Roman era. Now, the 12 ages of the zodiac, there's a less known fact, is that this celebration was also known as Bacchanalia, 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 which was tied to Dionysus, Bacchanalia. Right. Now, this event was tied to Dionysus, who was typically depicted as carrying around a thyrsus. A thyrsus is a staff that is on the very tip. It's got a pine cone. This is the same staff that symbolically is carried around by the various popes. You know, it has the little cone on the top of it. You know, and every single pope that has ever been in the Vatican, you know, they have it on the very top of their staff. Now, when we look at the word Bacchus, it's Latin noun that means a kind of fish. Bacchus, as in Bacchus. It's Latin for a kind of fish, and it also translates as the god of wine or vine, and that.
Wait, okay, because I think I see where you're going with this, but could you back up just a second? You just said fish and wine. The god of fish and who's the god of fish and god of wine again?
According to this perspective, Dionysus, who is being represented right now. That's you know, he had a thyrsus, which is the same staff that the popes carry around right now. Now, Dionysus, that's how he was typically depicted, is Dionys. Facts. That's him right there.
And then I'm gonna type Dionysus Thyrsus.
Yeah, THIR. Right.
Oh, what? Okay, hold on. Because this Thyrsus, signs and symbols for the conscious mind, family.
Facts.
Okay, so I see Dionysus, and I see the Thyrsus, and at the top of the Thyrsus is a pine cone.
Right, a little pine cone that we all know that's a representation of our pineal gland.
Right.
Right. Now, when we look at the word Bacchus in Latin, it's a noun that means a kind of fish. You know, and it also translates as god of wine or vine, and that connects Dionysus to this Jesus character who is associated with the fish and is also a god of wine, as depicted in the biblical story allegory of Jesus turning water into wine. You know.
Oh, hold on. Dear white Jesus, hold on. I think I just saw. So now when we're dealing with Dionysus and Jesus, there's a connection. Let me just read this about Dionysus real quick so we can get a little bit of an understanding. Dionysus is the god of grape harvest, wine making. So when Jesus turned water to wine, this was an attribute or kind of a subliminal nod to Dionysus.
Facts.
Religious ecstasy. We know that when he turned water to wine, that was at the wedding. Actually, if I can mention this as well, brother, did you know that Jesus turning water to wine was his very first miracle? He didn't do no miracles before that.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, that was the very first one. So, you know, he comes out the gate strong with the Dionysus, you know, energy. You know, he was on a Dionysus wave when he first, you know, jumped on that board.
Right.
But let me just see if I can add to this. Also known as Bacchus. So now we got the wine part, but you were saying Bacchus is
right.
based off of
it's Latin. It's a Latin noun that means a kind of fish, or also translates into the god of wine or vine. You know, because wine is made with They grow in a vine with the berries or whatever, you know, and then you gotta squish the things down to create the vine. You've seen the people step on the little grapes or whatever it is that those grow in a little vine, you know. So is the god of wine or vine, which is pretty much you know the same thing. Now that's alluding to the fact that the water in our body turns into wine or blood. Okay.
Peach.
All right. So now when we look at the word Jesus, the sus from Jesus is a Latin word that means swine or pig and a kind of a fish. All right. Now that's showing us in the word that Jesus truly is another formation of the Dionysus character. Add in the aspects of being swine and pig, and we have the connection to the festival that honors Saturn with an excessive drinking, eating, partying, sexuality, and all types of debaucheries. Now, by doing all this, one is displaying themselves as a pig.
Now, one thing I always think about when they talk about these big festivals is the main dish will be the whole pig, and they'll put them on I think they call it a pit, but it's really just like a stick.
Yeah, they get the turn,
you know, and they whatever them, and that's the main whatever, and everybody just eat off of that pig.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I didn't know that sus, the last part of Jesus, you said translates as swine?
As swine, pig is Latin for the word swine and pig, or a kind of fish. And that alone, you know, by doing all this ritual, you know, one is displaying themselves as a pig.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Can I go back to this? Let me see. Can I go? Oh, I can't do it. Let me see. Because when I typed in initially, not Dionysus, but I typed in Saturnalia. When I typed in Saturnalia, I don't know why it didn't come back up. Saturnalia festival. I should have typed in festival. White Jesus. Images. You know, they were gluts with the food. They were pigging out.
Right, they were pigging out, and gluttony is a sin. Overeating is a sin.
Amen.
So, according to the religious views, you know, not to get anything confused, but yeah, you know, one is displaying themselves as a pig by, you know, contributing to the use of this. But there's a whole lot more, you know. Also, you know, the associated with all this is the fact that Bacchus or Dionysus or Jesus, whatever you want to call him, is a kind of sea fish, indicating the sea of outer space. All right, meaning extraterrestrials. Now, we all have different aspects of what extraterrestrials is. We're not going to touch into that, but it's other beings, all right, that in the same basis, you know, for these bishops or popes wearing their fish hats. It represents that, you know, these beings that are at a higher rank than everybody else, and they are depicted by this fish wearing hat, which is what the popes wear.
Okay, so I'm seeing the connection with Jesus, the fish, and this higher being that is fish-like, and that story of what you're alluding to coincides with the story of the Dogon. The Dogon said, now NASA, it was NASA that did a documentary about 20 minutes on the Dogon, and NASA had said the Dogon had maps of places where there was that you could not see with the naked eye, and there was no way the Dogon, who did not have ownership of any telescopes, could have known about these things. So they asked them, "Hey, where'd you get these maps from?" They said, "We were visited by people from planet Sirius B. Sirius A is their sun, and there's a sister planet named Sirius C. But Sirius B is where everybody lives at." They said it has the density 60 times of Earth and the gravity of 100 times of Earth. And it takes 60 Earth years to make one revolution around Sirius A, the sun. The Dogon had all types of information based on what they said the fish people gave them. They said the fish people would only come at night, and they would come to the edge of the water and not leave the depths of the water when communicating with them. Now, this is according to the Dogon people, as told via NASA. This isn't told from blackpower.com or tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists. This is NASA. I'm saying this about the Dogon. So please, brother, continue with this narrative about the fish.
Right. Now, when we look at these popes, right, these popes or bishops, that are the representation of this extraterrestrials, that hat is called the mitra, mitre, which is known as the liturgical headdress that is worn by bishops. That's the actual name of the hat, the mitra, mitre. Now, they wear this on formal occasions. What formal occasions? They wear these at the liturgy. Now, of course, the liturgy is phonetically the letter G, indicating the letter of G, the letter of God, known as Saturn, the left dead sun. A litter is also the offspring of one birth of a mammal. Okay. Right, correct. That's what when they present you the bread and everything else, and usually the dude is wearing the little hat. That's the liturgy. Which is the litter of G. It's also known as Saturn, the left dead sun. Now, a litter, like I was saying, is also the offspring of a birth of a mammal, and humans are a form of a mammal. All right.
Now, let me just read this about liturgy really quickly. It says the first noun, a form or formulary according to which public religious worship. A formulary according to which public religious worship, especially Christian worship, is conducted. Okay, so liturgy is Liturgy is a way to worship. Now, in ancient Greece, number 2, as we can see, a public office or duty performed voluntarily by a rich Athenian. Okay, that's deep.
Right, that Athenian is from what's that place? Athens or whatever it is that
Athens, Greece.
Right. So it all correlates with that. Now, with the birth of a mammal, humans are considered a form of a mammal. All right. Now, right. Another synonym for the liturgy is the Lord's Supper, because humans are the litter of G, being raised as supper for these kind of sea fish that are extraterrestrial gods, as they have placed themselves, and humanity is ritualistically and symbolically giving their meals as a gift when celebrating Christmas.
Oh, teach. Okay, I'm with you.
So, now everybody's probably wondering, so, but what is he talking about? How is this even done? Now, the third is, that we showed earlier with the little tip, right, with the little tipped pine cone on the top. In actuality, the staff known as the spine is the staff known as the spine, with the pineal gland of the brain sitting at its tip. Now, the pineal gland is our God super consciousness, if you want to call it that, the connection to what we truly are. And this is being ritualistically given away when people set up a pine tree every year.
Come on, somebody.
All right. Now, then on top of that, you put the boxes underneath the tree, which the boxes is a form of Saturn worship. Because if you look at a picture of Saturn, it appears as if there's a box right in the middle of it, or actually a cube. All right. Now we're putting the boxes, underneath them as gifts. Now the pine tree represents the pineal gland and the tree of life.
Let me see. Can I add value to that really quickly for the family that may not be aware of what the brother's talking about? So number one, we're alluding to Saturnalia, but he's talking about the box under the tree. Now with the tree is a pine tree.
Facts.
Because as he was talking about with the thyrsus, the pineal gland and the staff being the spine.
Facts.
At the bottom of the tree is a box. But it's not a box, family. It's a cube.
Facts.
Now, when we say the bottom, family, to get the right answer, you must ask the right question. Can the family see what I typed in here? Can the family see what I looked at? Can you see what that says, brother?
Saturn, South Pole.
The bottom. The bottom, brother.
Oh, Saturn, South Pole hexagon.
No. I'm saying the South Pole is the bottom.
Right. Facts. Yes.
Where is the cube? Where is the present? Where's the box? Is it at the top?
No. Yeah, it should be at the top of it.
No. Where is the present?
Oh, it's at the bottom of the tree, at the bottom of the pine cone.
So where is this cube that we're looking at?
At the bottom of Saturn.
At the bottom of Saturn. We're dealing with Saturnalia, family. Now, the family right now can tell that this is a cube. They can only see what?
Something spinning around.
They can only see a hexagon.
Right.
All they can see is a hexagon. Now, when we say a hexagon, hex standing for 6. How many sides does a cube have?
6. No. Yes.
6 sides.
6 sides.
Yes, sir. There it is.
There it is.
6 sides, brother. Your hexagon is a cube. For the listening audience, this right here is the South Pole, the bottom of Saturn. There's the present at the bottom of Saturn for Saturnalia. You want a present, don't you? Where's the present going to be? At the bottom of the tree. What's the present going to look like? Is the present going to be a regular present? Or is it going to be in a box? In a cube? Hold on. 2 seconds, brother. Hold on. I think I left the iron on. Surprise!
Facts. It's and people don't even know about it. Now, from looking at it, just the aspect of it, if we just pay some attention to what we're doing, it brings about everything that we need to know. Now, that very pine tree, like I said, it represents the pineal gland and the tree of life, which is the human spine. And when putting the box gifts underneath the pine, humans are symbolically or symbolizing a fact of this reality, that you are giving away your kingdom or your pineal gland superpower.
Come on, somebody. Damn, Gina. Okay, I'm with you.
Now, by giving away this consciousness or these connections to our true selves, we're giving up the seed of our soul. Now, we're giving this up to those who use that as food or energy.
I think I just got a download. I think I just got a download. Just give me 2 seconds, brother. Let me just, breathe deep like an old man in a deep sleep. Give me just 2 seconds. All right. Remember how we were talking about Dionysus? Because we're dealing with Christmas.
Facts.
The story of Jesus comes from Dionysus. Dionysus is known for wine. Jesus' first miracle is turning water to wine.
Facts.
Dionysus carries a staff.
Facts.
The staff is called a thyrsus.
A thyrsus.
And it has a pine cone at the top of it.
Facts.
This pine cone, in terms of Christmas, represents the pine tree.
Facts.
Now, so we just went from Dionysus to Dionysus' staff to the pine cone at the top of the staff.
Facts.
The staff has a trunk like a tree or a spine. The spine runs down the trunk of the torso.
Facts.
The back of the trunk. So now, at the bottom of the spine, or at the south pole of Saturn, because we're dealing with Saturnalia, we're going to have a box. And the box is a present. Now, when we get to the bottom of the spine, when we're dealing with presents, we're receiving something. We're dealing with stuff. When we're dealing with the bottom of the spine, we're dealing with the root chakra,
Facts.
Being attached to materialistic things.
Facts. Everything carnal.
Very carnal, very physical stuff, things. Right. When we're dealing with root chakra is dealing with, I want stuff. Oh, give me shiny. Do you remember that little white guy from Lord of the Rings? The little white guy. He was a cave beast. Remember, he was a cave beast from Lord of the Rings. Shiny. He was in his root.
Yeah.
Shiny. That's root chakra. I want stuff. I want toys. I want gifts.
Right.
Put it in a box. Even if it's a diamond ring, I want it in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Root chakra, the bottom of Saturn, the South Pole, the bottom of the spine. Fact. Materialistic, carnal things. Saturnalia, dealing with these carnal things. Fact. Oh, wait. Somebody said Frodo. Somebody said Golem. Somebody said Eagle. I don't know what that little dude's name was. I called him Tamahu. He was a Tamahu. Y'all know the Tamahu. I don't know what. Oh, his name was My Precious. That's it. It was kind of like I Am Groot. He kept saying My Precious. That was his name. Yeah. No, it was the. Okay. Moving on. I'm sorry. Keep going.
So, since we're talking about the representation of these gifts, if you look at this as this, something you're giving up, you're giving up your energy, your food. Now, this is a gift, the gift of life given to this extraterrestrial sea fish, seeing that the legal acronym for gift means gametry intrafallopian tube transfer.
God, hold on. You can't talk like that around me. Back one more time for the people in the back. For them, not me. I caught that the first time. For the people in the back, can you say it again?
The legal acronym, meaning that each letter stands for something. Now, if you
the acronym for what word?
Gift.
Okay, gift. Okay.
GIFT. Now, gift means the legal acronym for it is gametry intrafallopian tube transfer, which is the actual. It's a procedure in which you take a woman's egg from her fallopian tube and you transfer it someplace else, so a person that cannot give birth can reproduce by getting this gift from another woman, which is the egg within her. Now, this transfer is showing us that symbolically, and energetically putting the box gifts. We are the gifts underneath the pine tree. People are giving their newborn children and themselves away to the extraterrestrial sea fish of Saturn. Now, hacking down a pine tree, which symbolizes the cutting, severing of our spine and pineal gland, or our God super consciousness connection, as well as detonating the fact that our pineal gland has been hacked into.
Cutting down the pine tree is representation and ritual representing our severing ourselves from the pineal gland. I'm sorry, one more time.
Hacking down the pine tree is symbolically is the cutting or severing of our spine, because the spine is a pine, it's a spine. So in order for you to get a tree, you gotta go outside and hack at this tree, at this pine tree.
Hold on. Just let me just digest this real quick. Give me just 2 seconds. Give me just 2 seconds. Let me just. Okay. He said, even when you're dealing with the spine, even in the word spine, you're gonna find pine. Okay. Let's bring the brother back. Let's bring him back. Okay, there we go. That's powerful.
So now you're pretty much the spine and the pineal gland, or like I said, your God super consciousness connection is as well detonating the fact that our pineal gland has been hacked into by this matrix controller, who now prey upon us in this false reality, while many pray to this false religion saviors, so that our gifts, they're placed underneath the pine tree, all right, or the spine.
I'm sorry. My brother D Calico just said something, and I wanted to kind of just address that as well, because we were on a little bit of a roll.
That's deep.
The S in spine represents the serpent. Brother, are you familiar with St. Patrick's Day?
Yes.
Well, in St. Patrick's Day, it is celebrating the saint named Patrick killing the
getting rid of all the snakes.
I'm sorry?
Getting rid of all the snakes.
I'm sorry, killing all the snakes. Correct. Now, the problem with that is that snakes are not indigenous to Ireland. Check.
Facts.
So now, with that said, who did he kill? Who did he get rid of? He got rid of the Twa people, which he called the snake people. Why did he call them the snake people? Because their god, the Twa. Do you know who the Twa's people god is?
I can't recall, but I know it was a serpent.
The Twa's people god. Twa god rainbow serpent. The Twa's people god was a rainbow serpent.
I can't recall the name of the serpent, but I know that.
It's okay. It's okay. Because the family at home, they not following me right now. The family under the sound of my voice, they not following me right now. When I talk about the rainbow serpent, now when we dealing with a leprechaun, what's at the end of the rainbow?
A pot of gold.
So when we dealing with the Twa people, who are the original leprechauns, and these rainbows, the rainbow, when you look at the rainbow itself, the rainbow is skinny and long like a serpent.
So
the Twa people, who are considered the leprechauns, their god was a rainbow serpent. This rainbow serpent would slither up the spine. Now, what word is in the word spine, brother?
Pine.
So now the rainbow serpent is going up the spine or the pine. Do you know what I'm about to say?
Yeah.
How do you decorate a Christmas tree? Christmas tree lights. The Christmas tree lights, do you know what they are? That's the rainbow serpent.
Ah, facts.
The Christmas tree lights are the rainbow serpent coiling up the spine.
Facts.
Let me see if I can find one where it's literally one long string of lights. See, what the family fails to understand is that signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. We're participating in these rituals and we don't know what the rituals are. So this one's blinking. I don't want it to blink. That sucks. So let me just see, can I find another one? I just want to, matter of fact, let's just type in Christmas tree lights. Dag nabbit, that's what I typed in. Christmas lights. Let me type in Christmas lights, see what comes up. So there it is. There's the rainbow serpent coiled up like a snake. So now, just so the family don't think I'm reaching, Christmas lights, snake, spine. Let's see what comes up. Dag nabbit. This is racism. Hold on. I was sure what I wanted was going to come up. Snake. Christmas lights, snake. I'm just going to type in snake. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. They're not going to show it to me. They're not going to show it. But I digress. I digress. So now, Christmas lights. Somebody typed in Kundalini. Shout out to you. Whoever typed in Kundalini in the comments, peace and love to all of y'all. Found it. To get the right answer, what do you got to do?
You got to ask the right question.
You got to ask the right question. So now, when you're dealing with the bottom of the spine, what energy is that at the bottom of the spine?
Cerebrospinal fluid.
No. I'm talking about the chakra energy.
Oh, that's low energy at the bottom of the spine. Right.
When you dealing with a root, brother, hold on, family. Hold on, family. When you dealing with a root, you dealing with the bottom of a tree.
Facts.
When we dealing with the word spine, look inside the word spine and you're going to find the word pine. Again, dealing with the tree. So now this rainbow serpent is really going to be the chakra energy coiling. There it is, the thyris for Dionysus or Osiris staff, the pineal gland at the top of the pine tree. Crumb, I don't be dealing with all those signs and symbols and rituals and occultism, but y'all gonna sit here and gonna do all this stuff and don't know why you're gonna do it. Y'all sitting here talking about Easter is about Jesus, but don't know why the rabbit is in there, the eggs and the pastel colors and the sunrise service. Family, verily I say unto thee, Christians, when we dealing with these holidays, brother, when we're dealing with holidays, oh, I'm sorry. Matter of fact, hold on. I see another one. This is the tree of life. You know that, right, brother? You know that, right? That's the tree, the Christmas tree of life with the serpent coiling up it.
Right.
There we have it again. The rainbow serpent. The rainbow serpent coiling up the pine. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean the spine. And at the bottom of the pine or the spine is the root. The root of a tree? No. The root chakra. And at the top of the tree is the pine cone. Oh, I'm sorry. At the top of the spine is the pineal. I'm sorry, brother. I'm getting myself confused. There's just too much going on with the signs and the symbols.
Facts.
But I'm sorry. Please continue on, because I'm sounding very pagan right now. And
for anybody that's that's thinking that that's a reach, what brother Crumb is just saying, feel free to look up the journey of your cerebral spinal fluid. It's the same exact thing. That's just the scientific term of it. The whole traveling through your spine and this serpent that rides up your spine is the same thing. Now, while we're placing these gifts, to continue with the subject, our gifts are being placed underneath the pine tree, and as brother Crumb said, the spine or the pineal gland is referred within it. We're putting them in these boxes because these boxes are given to Saturn, which is worshipped by the elite. All right, through box symbolism. Now, the word elite has the word L on it. All right, L-E, because they are the fallen ones. They are the supposedly the sons of God. All right. Now, if you look at the cube within Saturn, it unfolds into a cross. All right, the cube unfolds into a cross, which is why the savior figures are said to die on the cross. This is nothing more than Saturn symbolism that shows we've been hacked down into and hijacked, just as the Saturn sun was also hacked.
Let's go back to this Christmas tree. This pine. This spine. And this energy, chakra energy, serpentine energy, kundalini energy. This energy is going up the spine. When it gets to the top of the spine, it's going to have to go through the 12 cranial nerves, because you talked about the 12 days of Christmas. You talked about the 12 zodiacs. You talked about the 12 disciples. Well, when we're dealing with this spine, this pine, we're still going to be dealing with these 12 cranial nerves. So when this serum, I think it's called Chrism, or maybe Christos, it gets up to the spine. I'm sorry, to the 12 cranial nerves. Once it goes past the 12 cranial nerves, it's going to reach an area in the brain that is going to cause a reaction. And this is called Christ consciousness, because we're dealing with the brain.
It's the anointing.
Consciousness. So when we're dealing with Christ, we know that, Jesus' last name was not Christ. Just like Shaka Zulu, his last name wasn't Zulu. Zulu was his tribe. Shaka of Zulu. Jesus of Nazareth. He didn't have a last name. If he did, it would have been Nazareth. Shaka Zulu, Jesus Nazareth. What's another one? Genghis Khan. Khan is not his last name. Genghis of Khan. Shaka of Zulu. Jesus of Nazareth. So now we're going to see where this Christ consciousness goes up from the spine to the the dome, the king dome, or the upper room, the upper room, the upper room, or the temple. The Muslims go to mosque, but you know the Muslims will go to. I'm sorry, the Muslims go to mosque, but the Muslims go to temple. You know, Malcolm X went to temple.
Facts.
So when we call a building a temple, it's symbolic for us going inside of the brain, going inside of the kingdom, the king's dome, where Christ consciousness resides. So now, once Christ consciousness is gone, the serum goes back down the spine. This is symbolic of Santa going down the chimney. This is where the whole Santa going down the chimney, he's going to take the presents from Christ consciousness. He's going to take those presents, go down the spine. Christ consciousness, once you reach that epiphany, that aha moment where the light goes off, eventually the light goes back off. Where the light goes on, turns on, eventually the light goes back off, goes back down the spine. At the bottom where the root chakra is at, that's where the presents are.
Facts. That's where Santa's gonna pick up the presents.
That's where Satan,
right? Santa, Satan.
Krampus is gonna, come in.
Right.
Christ consciousness is that higher energy. That Christmas energy is that lower energy, that Saturnalia energy.
Right.
Christmas should be about Christ consciousness, but we are in our lower chakras. We're in our root chakras. We want gifts. This is not about me learning anything. It's not about, brother, don't you realize that December 19th was the shortest day of this year?
Fact, yeah. And
the sun did not rise above the horizon from December 19th, December 20th, December 22nd, I'm sorry. December 19th was the shortest day of the year. The sun did not rise above the horizon on the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd.
And on the 23rd. Yeah.
And on the 23rd.
It rose again.
It rose again.
Right. And our ancestor symbolized that as the sun staying still. And when you look at the concept of staying still, it's always been looked at as death, because you have no movement. So when the sun stood still for 3 days, it died. Not because it literally died, but it's the no movement. When you're dead, there is no movement. You're still, you're stiff. You're just sitting there.
Let me correct myself. All of the solstices are on the 21st. Every solstice is on the 21st. I'm sorry, Michael. I'm sorry. All the solstices are on the 21st. All of the equinoxes are on the 21st. On the 21st, the sun does not rise. The 22nd, it doesn't rise. I'm sorry. On the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th, it doesn't rise. On the 25th, it rises. I'm sorry.
That's why yeah.
On the 25th, it rises.
Right. That's why they celebrate Christmas on that day.
And that's where we celebrate Christmas, because the days are becoming longer again. These are the dog days.
Facts. Now, since you brought up Santa, or Satan, he comes to collect these gifts. Now, let's not forget the acronym of gift. All right, with the Gametry intrafallopian transfer. All right. Now, that's humanity that have energetically given to him through the universal law of energy signature contract. All right. The law of energy signature contract, which is presented by our way of actions. An act is something you do. All right. So when you create an action, it's something that you're portraying. Now, by participating in these ritualistic acts of pineal gland and spine gifting or giving, humans are telling the Saturn extraterrestrials, per se, that they would like to continue worshiping Satan and giving away their God superconsciousness kingdom of the mind connecting as well as their living genetic material that comes from their connection.
That's crazy. I was even having trouble digesting that even after you said that. Can you break that down in the layman terms for me?
Now, pretty much what they're symbolizing is that Santa or Satan, because the word could literally interchange the letters. You grab the N and place it someplace else, is the same. Now I'm going to go a little further down. I'm going to go into detail about why Satan is Santa. We're going to get to that part. It's not something that I'm just just bringing up or anything like that. But the act of this gifting that we're doing, there is a law within the universe that is called the law of energy signature contract, where you do not need to speak or sign nothing to enter into a contract. Your actions speak louder than words. Anybody ever heard that before? Your actions speak louder than words. It is a fact, because you're signing an energy signature, a contract in which everything that you act upon, because every action has a reaction.
Hold on. You said we don't got to sign this physically because what you're doing creates an energy signature.
Facts.
And this is a contract that we are participating in within Satanism and participating in this selling of the soul. I'm sorry, I think I may have cut you off.
Right. So by acting out this ritual that they've presented us, and we have no idea what it's about, that's what we're doing. We're signing this energy contract. All right. And this is presented through our actions. All right.
We're signing an energy contract through our actions, which are creating energy signatures.
Facts. Every action has a reaction. Every action has a reaction.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's law.
That's law.
That's law, brother. That's contract law.
Right.
Damn. That's universal law. That's karmic law.
Right. That goes beyond you picking out for food and being all carnal and everything. Now you're involving your being. You're involving your energy, your divine consciousness, and entering it into a contract through your actions. Through your actions. Now, this enables these false gods to take the seed of the soul. By you signing this contract, you are enabling them and giving them the power of your seat, of your very soul.
That's why you said hacking down a pine tree represents disconnecting the what'd you say again?
It disconnected you from your true being, from your God consciousness.
Cutting down the pine tree represents disconnecting you from your God consciousness.
Now, and that's what they're doing. They do this, to take the seed of our soul. Now, what humans need to become aware of is that these acts symbolically carry a waveform of energy that reverberates through the entire universe. Now, this is read as a signature. This signature is a sine wave energy. If you look up sine as in SINE, sine wave energy, you are signing your soul away with your actions.
Stop right there. Brother. everybody under the sound of my voice, if you just understood what this man said, can you press one? If you understood what he just said, can you please press the number one in the name of white Jesus? Got to, brother. Okay, I'm sorry. For the people in the back, the whole sine wave thing, just run it back one more time. One more time.
Now, like these gods, by you creating this whole enactment, this act, like we said, every action has a reaction. Now, this enables them to take your consciousness. Now, like I said, we need to become aware of that symbolically it carries a waveform of energy that it reverberates through the universe. This is called a sine wave signature. This signature can be used as a form of contract for those who are willing to take advantage of the situation. And that is precisely what is happening right now, especially through these ritualistic forms of traditional celebration. That's what they're telling us. Now, by symbolizing through the act of putting boxes underneath the pine tree, you are energetically sending a waveform signature, a sign or a sine wave to these ETs or extraterrestrials of Saturn, and telling them that you will no longer like the seat of your soul. You do not longer want to own the throne in your kingdom. These ETs, they take this wavelength, all right, this energy signature, and they say thank you very much for our gifts, and they create what's known as the legal Santa Claus, or the Satan Claus, as an Sayten, Satan Claus, or Santa Claus, which is how they're able to take our 10 or our X chromosome from the moon. It's a double cross. And they use them to create more children or children through the scientific act of the gametry intrafallopian tube transfer process. We're gifting them the way of procreating from the get.
Okay. That right there was like the atomic bomb. If you didn't get me before, that right there, I think, was the end all be all. Brother, we're coming up on an hour. I know we're probably not even halfway done. But I just wanted you, if you could, please tell the family who you are, where they can find you at.
My name is Tazz. Thank you for watching. You guys could find me under Tasmaniac Wolf on Facebook. You could find my business page under the Tazz Show. You could also find me on Crumb TV. A lot of my material is at the Crumb TV channel. Subscribe, follow me, sign up, and I'm gonna finish this presentation probably another time, and present the rest of the information. I greatly appreciate you for allowing me to give my perspective on this subject.
Brother, it's really been an honor. I want to thank you so much again. If I can just get a quick shout out, I am your brother Taz. You are watching Crumb TV.
I am your brother Taz, and you are now watching Crumb TV.
Thank you again, brother. I'm gonna let you go. Don't hang up.
Peace.
Peace. All right, family. So with that said, this is, let me see, I can find it. The Occult Origins of Christmas, Part 2. If you could, family, you already know what it is. Rock with me on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, please. Instagram, follow me, please. Racebook, rock with me if you rock with me. But this is the Occult Origins of Christmas, Part 2. Like, share, put it in your playlist. Tell me what you think about it, family. Are you going to celebrate? Do you think energy is real? Does it matter to you? Either way, I'll leave you the same way I came to you. In peace.